It's the middle of July. Let's go camping. Well, the trail goes ahead, but I'm looking for a good spot to cut the trail and to move out and find some place to set up my hammock and spend the night. It's a beautiful day. I wonder what's down there. Well, there's some water down here, but not much. It's usually flowing much more freely than this. I'm only about a mile into the forest. I'm in the Ouachita Forest. The Ouachita Forest. And I'm not so much about making a lot of miles. I just like to go and get away from the city. I wonder what's on the other side. Let's go across. Well, I've come up about 100 yards up this slope. I guess it's about 30 degrees. And it flattens to about a 20-degree slope right here. And I think I'm going to try and set up in this unlikely spot. I kind of do things differently. I like to pick places that certainly a tent camper wouldn't pick, but that probably no other camper has ever picked before either. There's something about that that just appeals to me. So this unlikely spot, about 100, I'd say about 100 yards up the slope from the little creek we crossed. It's not very appealing now, but I'll get it all fixed up, and it'll soon be like home. All right, I've got my camp all set up, and now I need to go back down and get some water. It's going to be a great night. And we're getting the emberlit stove going. I say we, I'm all alone. I guess the stove is going to be my company for tonight, keeping this fire going. It's always fun, gives you something to do, something to look at. It's so nice to be out in the forest, a mile or so in, away from the traffic. Time to stop thinking about all the problems of the world, the politics, and oh my, all the stuff that's going on. It's just so nice to get away and get out into nature. It's a beautiful night. Wish you could be here with me. Tonight we're going to have, I'm going to have, tonight I'm going to have chicken fajita. Good old mountain house. It's delicious. As soon as this stove blooms, I guess everybody, oh, that smoke's getting by. I guess everybody knows what we mean by stove blooming. These alcohol stoves, at least this white box, it starts out like that, and then when it blooms, the flames start to come out of the side holes or the jets. And it's about to bloom. I'll let you see that. See, can you see it? There it goes. And then we just set the pot on there like that and wait for the water to boil. I actually moved the Emberlit stove off to the side so I could use this rock. That's one of the nice features about the Emberlit. You can pick it up with some sticks or something and move it over. I'm gonna have to watch it closely though. It's smoking. It's all good. Nothing but fun out here in the middle of the forest. I'll look at my view here in the hammock. Up above is the tarp. I have my hat hung. Just a wonderful view as the sun slowly sets. All is good. Not expecting any rain at all. I probably don't need the tarp. It's more psychological than anything. It just feels good having it there. It's nice to have a place where you can go and really be alone. That's a rare thing these days, I think. Most people can't get alone anywhere. I have to come to the National Forest. I'm certainly glad that it's available. When you're out like this, it helps you think. And I can't help but think about all of the blessings in my life and think about God. I'm a Christian, and so I guess it's natural for me to think like that. But it's so wonderful to be out and to be able to spend some time alone. Magnificent. If you haven't tried it, this solo camping, you need to try it. There's something about seeing the sun set and the darkness move in and knowing that you're miles away from, normalcy, being out in the forest or the wild, whatever you like to call it. It's July 15th, and there's an unusual cool front that's come down in the center of the country, and so our normal July temperatures have been set aside. It's supposed to get down to almost 60 degrees tonight, and with clear skies, it was just too wonderful to pass, and so I was able to get away and take advantage of it. They're calling for rain coming the next day or two, so this is really the best opportunity, and I'm telling you what, it's a nice July day that's not hot at all. I'm working on this small fire near the hammock. I'm in the hammock now, and I can reach out and touch the fire and feed the fire, so it's very close to my hammock, so I have to be careful. And of course it's under the tarp, and that's about as high as I ever want the fire to get, like this. But I did this last time I was out and it worked very well, and so I thought I'd try it again, and so far it's working great. You just have to use a little caution. The temperature is getting even better. One of the things I've neglected to mention is I've had no problem at all with bugs or mosquitoes. I noticed a few earlier today, but then when I set up camp, and especially after I started the fire, the smoke, I guess, has chased them all away. So that hasn't been a problem at all. I've noticed a lot of ants around, moving around, but they haven't bothered me at all. And good morning. It's time to get up. I'm sure glad I brought my Hammock Gear 40-degree top quilt and my under quilt, because it's probably in the low 60s like they predicted, and it's pretty cool. It's a beautiful morning. Time to get up, make some coffee and some breakfast. Get that morning coffee water going. Now I've got to go and retrieve my food bag and have some coffee. Well, the coffee's done and I'm enjoying it now. It's about time to think about breakfast. I have another Mountain House meal this morning. It's called the breakfast skillet. And I've never tried this one, so this is a first for me. It's hash browns and scrambled eggs mixed with pork, sausage, peppers, and onions. And it's intended to be put on tortilla. I have a couple of tortillas left, but we'll see how this looks. I may or may not use them. So, well, all you need is 1.5 cups of boiling water, and breakfast will be served. So let me get to that. Someone may be wondering about these rocks and this rock arrangement. I did stack a couple together, and when I leave I'll topple them over. But these rocks are all over the place around here, just scattered. And so there'll definitely be no trace after I push the rocks back down the way I found them. Leave no trace, that's the way to go. Well, all packed up with my ULA circuit backpack. Everything's all in, and it's time to head back down the hill to the creek and cross over and hit the trail back home. Hope you enjoyed being with me on this little overnighter. Maybe we can do it again sometime. Take care.